Hello, hello. Welcome to 7/7/2021. Magic number 77. Fucking tired. Looking and feeling pretty raw right now, so don't know how long this is going to last. Just wanted to, for some reason, I thought we were closer to the new moon. I have no idea what time is, so I just asked for an energy update of energies coming in as we're heading into this new moon on July 10th. I have no idea what sign it's in. I forget. But anyway, it's a new moon, powerful shit. Um, so I was gonna try and maybe do another reading on the full moon, on the new moon. Who knows if that's actually going to happen? So in case that doesn't happen, just know that new moons are great times to just release everything that's not serving you. Set the intention, ask for the help from the moon. Just be like, Moon, will you please take away everything that's not fucking serving me right now? Just try it. Um, Journaling helps as well, just to sort of give a form to the intentions you want to set and go for. It's also a good time to write down or speak out loud or whatever works for you. I am statements or I have statements. Like, what do you want to be? What do you want to have? Say it like you are that you already have that. Just say that into the new moon energy, and that kind of, it helps release stuff that you don't want anymore and bring in the stuff that you do want. Now, keep in mind, it's, again, some of this stuff doesn't, even though we're manifesting faster just because of like all the energy sitting in the planet and like we're just seeing ourselves create our own realities like just so much faster than before. A lot of times it doesn't feel like it because maybe we're trying to call in some big shit and it just takes a while for the universe to bring it in or whatever. Just know that we've been vibrating at a very low density, low, slow moving density. So like when you make those I am and I have statements, I mean, you might see them tomorrow, depending on the subconscious blockages you have that you don't know you have. Maybe you've cleared all of them. Awesome. And you'll get everything tomorrow. That's great. But because we've all been operating at like waves that go like super fucking slow, like by the time they come back to us, it's still pretty slow. So as soon as we start operating at a higher frequency, as in like, I am happy and healthy and content in all areas of my life. And that's a great mindset to have. And even if your subconscious doesn't believe it, or sorry, even if you think you don't believe that you're happy and healthy and content in all areas of your life, your subconscious does not know that. So that's why it's good to say I am statements and I have statements, because your subconscious is like, oh, is that what we're bringing in? Cool. It doesn't do future, past, like whatever. So as you're slowly operating in this like very dense 3D consciousness, just know that as you start to vibrate a little bit faster and operate on those higher frequencies, you'll get there. You'll start to see quicker and quicker results. It's just that, like, think about like, here's me and I'm sending out a wave of 3D energy very slowly, and it just hits it, whatever, and it comes back to me super slowly. So as I keep vibrating and trying to raise my frequency by like staying in the higher, looking for the good and the bad, doing shadow play, like all the things, I'll operate at a higher frequency, but like, and so I'll start sending out faster and faster waves, but like those 3D waves are still kind of coming back. So it's like, it takes some time to see like the quicker results. At least that was the download I got as like an imagery a couple days ago. So I don't know if that's true for everyone, but for me, that helped me put it in context. So if you're not seeing changes right away, it's okay. It's kind of like a continuous game of, it's like when you're trying to, like when you're in an argument with someone and you like know where they're coming from. You can see their wounding and their trauma and they're lashing out at you or whatever. And you're not taking it personally because you know that it's not personal. This person is just like super wounded and can't heal themselves or whatever. This is just a fucking example. So you are playing the bigger person with this wounded person kind of lashing out at you, and just kind of like, it's okay, like, don't worry. You keep yourself in the frequency of a higher vibration by acting and embodying the bigger person. These are terrible fucking analogies, but it's all I can think of, and I whatever. So it's kind of like that, but on a life scale. So you kind of constantly feel like you are acting like the bigger person with yourself, with the universe, with whatever. It's like your soul is calling in experiences that your subconscious wants to have, because it built in programs to help heal, to identify and heal as this collective goes through this awakening. So your soul took on these bad pieces of consciousness that we're trying to heal. You might not know you have them. And so the only way you know you have them and agree to take them on is by the experiences you're drawing to you. And so it's constantly like, okay, what bad thing happened? What bad thing happened to me? Let's reframe it and say, okay, I asked for this for a reason. Let's just, see where that is in my subconscious and see how I can heal it and release it. This is kind of the fast forward version of all this. And you might still keep getting bad things you thought you were releasing and all the stuff, but that's kind of by design. We kind of heal in a spiral, and so we kind of come back around to things that we agreed to heal, like big chunks of soul lessons, and so we keep coming back around to them on this spiral of awakening or just existence or whatever. And so you come at it from different angles. You come at it at similar points in time throughout the years, so that you can like really root it out for good and heal it from then on. And it just gets easier little by little, but it's a constant thing. For me, it has been a constant like, okay, universe, this sucks, but I'm okay. I am okay in this moment. My feet are on the ground. I am in a safe, I have a house. I'm good to go. I know that I am loved and I'm not alone. Like, yes, I am feeling super fucking shitty right now, and I'm going to let myself feel pretty fucking shitty right now. But I recognize that this is just a moment, and I'm able to observe the feelings that I'm having as I'm having them, so that I can kind of identify, how to move through whatever bad shit is happening just a little bit smoother. It is not necessarily, when you're spiritual, it doesn't mean that everything is perfect and life is just like sunshine and rainbows. It just means you have a framework for observing what you're going through and putting it into context. And so you're gonna lose your shit, and it's fucking okay. This is why we're here, to lose our shit. That is, when you are an immortal consciousness that has no form, it's going to be fun to come into a human body and lose your shit, because you don't get to do that as a calm, balanced energy being. Okay, that's our game. Having a little bit of a rough time remembering that it's a fun game to play, as I said last week, and it's not changed a whole lot this week. So, again, just observing what's happening. I'm tired of playing the fucking game. But you play the bigger person with the universe. Okay, universe, I realize I chose whatever these experiences are, and I am learning from them, whatever them is, and I am happy and healthy and content in all areas of my life. Even if it's a little bit fake it till you make it, because again, your subconscious does not distinguish between like what is and what, now and future and whatever, and it's just, yeah, fake it till you make it is kind of the best sort of modern equivalent we have to to doing this, but it's like you fake it till you make it, but like not in a dismissive way or like a fake, not really integrated kind of way. You like, as you keep telling yourself that I am whatever or I have whatever, you start to embody that, even if you don't, even if you're not that thing or don't have that thing yet. You start acting like you are this thing or have this thing. You start acting like it, and you energetically take steps to pull that in towards you. And it's just to play with energy, just see how it feels. But like, it's a lot like, if you're like, but I want to feel secure. Well, what do you do when you feel secure? How do you feel when you feel secure? Like, and this is me calling myself out. I'm like in an unstable sort of, time period. And so I would really like to feel secure right now and know that I have everything handled and answers are here and I don't need to worry about anything and all the things. So what do I do when I don't have those things, but I know that I need to fake it till I make it? And how do I call in more security by acting like I already have it right now? And a lot of that is just observing when I don't feel good and secure. And so I will sit there in my chair and just put my feet on the floor and say, wow, I feel very insecure and uncomfortable, but right in this moment, my feet are on the ground. I am rooted to earth. I am safe. Nothing bad is happening to me. It's all in my head. And there's no need to keep spinning out about it. So I'll put my attention on something else. Sometimes meditating doesn't really work when I'm in that headspace. So I will get in the bath, or I will go take a walk, or fucking go to sleep. Like, there are, whatever your coping mechanisms are, just act like, and say it out loud. I am secure. I am safe. I'm fine. Again, even if you don't really feel it, just try it. And it's not to gaslight yourself. That's what I'm talking about with the playing of the energies. Like, you can say, I'm fine. I am okay. I'm safe. Like, blah, blah, blah. But just to try and get yourself into that like headspace of, yes, I actually am okay. Nothing bad is happening. But don't gaslight yourself, which is where the observing comes in. You can just talk out loud and say, I don't actually fucking feel that great right now. I know that objectively I am safe and secure, but I don't feel that way right now. So let's just kind of mantra this out. I am safe. I am happy. I am okay. We might take out the I am happy part because we're not feeling happy. So you can just forget I said that. Just be like, I am safe. I am okay. And just kind of breathe into it and see how it feels. And if you want to throw fits, fucking throw fits, man. Lose your shit. I reached this point of like feeling super calm about every single fucking thing once I knew everything, once I saw how everything was connected and that it was all just like a foregone conclusion to a certain extent, even though we're still playing out like millions of years of whatever game this fucking is. So super calm about everything, but like, am I still gonna throw my tantrums? Yeah, I'm still gonna throw my tantrums. I'm already doing that right now. So anyway, fucking let's get on to energy stuff. I pulled out. We keep getting this one, Lemurian era. Again, that was the era, or it was like the continent that existed before. I guess it existed with Atlantis, but like Lemuria got destroyed, and it was very feminine energy, very matriarchal, very receptive, like that kind of thing. It got destroyed. There were survivors, but who knows where they are. Anyway, lots of stories and theories. But anyway, this energy is coming back. And that's what's been happening, for a few years now, and it's been like ramped the fuck up. So we're still getting lots of divine feminine awakening stuff. I mean, she's already awake. She's dragging us with her. So some of the pressure you're feeling is likely a combination, unless you are like super already enlightened, whatever, which is great, which you're probably not even listening to the video because why would you? But anyway, it's likely a combination of your own internalized toxic masculinity that you don't necessarily know you have. Sometimes it's conscious and you're like, yeah, I have those thoughts. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, let's release those. Some of this is subconscious because you took it on as part of healing the collective who has been in this toxic state of masculinity for a long time. So there's a lot to heal. So if you are confronted with any of this pressure, you are likely feeling it from your own subconscious. The universe is trying to tell you, release it. And you're also probably feeling the collective, which is a lot bigger and bigger force of energy as far as like what we're all healing together for this planet Earth, for human consciousness. Again, it's a big job and it's a big game. So there's a lot of pressure because there's a lot to clear, and it's been clearing and we're all doing a great fucking job. It's just that there's a lot, and a lot of people are on different awakening schedules. And so like, you know, we're going to feel waves of people being like, oh shit, patriarchy fucking sucks. Oh shit, capitalism doesn't actually work. Like, oh shit. Like, we're feeling all of that. Even if you already realize it and have like, you know, healed it for yourself or whatever, you're still going to feel all of this pressure from like a bunch of other people who are like, cool. So that's what's happening there. I got a leap of faith card. Is this parallel? Oh, it's present. Oh, present. Interesting. These cards are like, you know, future, past, present, parallel timelines. So it's just interesting to see. I don't know what I'm talking about. Shut up. Okay. Anyway. So right now we are in, and it has been this way for a while again, but like, especially now, like, man, there was a serious, like the SAR system, Sirius, like the dog star, Sirius star system, whatever. That portal opened. I don't know if it's closed or if it just, something happened with it. It was open for a while. And now we're on the 7/7, like July 7th date. That's another portal energy. The new moon is another portal. Like, we're just, the energies are fucking insane and anything can happen. And so, speaking as someone who has felt like not much has fucking happened personally in the last 7, 8, 10, 11 months, because I still feel like I'm trying to pull in the big stuff and nothing really is coming. Not that nothing is coming in, but I'm just saying, if it feels like nothing is really happening, you're not alone. We're all trying to get into position for like new things coming in. We're still trying to decide as a collective where we're going, which timeline we're choosing. Are we going to choose, you know, the give up timeline where we're like, okay, we don't have any power, like, fuck it, we're just gonna fall back into shittiness or whatever and let someone else control our reality? Or are we going to choose the timeline that's like, you know, we got this, man. Like, we see the good shit coming through with like old stuff crumbling and new stuff being built. And yeah, it's slow, but like, healing is a slow process. And like I said, those 3D energy waves are real fucking, they take their time, and that's fine. It's all part of the game. But anyway, so what timeline are we all thinking about as a collective? The more you allow the news or people around you to keep you focused in the bad matrix, the one that we're trying to like heal and replace with a more fun matrix, if you allow yourself to get like pulled down into those perspectives of life is shit, like nothing's changing, like, you know, old stories are just being recycled, the rich get richer, you know, war never ends. Like if you keep focused on that stuff, that's what you're going to help the collective pull in. There's a whole lot of other people who are like, and this is the awakening, realizing you have power, and it's, you know, you create your own reality. And as a collective, we can create a better reality. And it starts in ourselves, in our own heads. Like, just do what you can to surround yourself with. The algorithm feeds you what you feed it, and I'm talking literally about like Instagram. Like when I'm on Instagram, I do not fucking follow people who give me news that make me feel bad. And this is not in a like a blind, like I'm not aware of what's going on in the world. I do, the news that you need to know will find you. Don't go looking for it to keep yourself glitched in a shitty timeline and perspective. Surround yourself with things that feed back your desired reality. So like when I get on Instagram, I see like astrology stuff and other spiritual people, you know, going through shit and talking honestly about it, and giving each other pep talks, and like, you know, all of that. And again, acknowledging the shadows. It's not like we're trying to hide from them, but it's like there's a way to do that shadow play without being pulled into despair and fear. So the Matrix is going to feed you back life experiences that you want to experience based on like how, you know, you want to see life really. And then, and it like the correspondence is like Instagram or Facebook or whatever you want. Oh my God, Facebook. I can't even say that word. It makes me like nauseated. But anyway, there's good stuff on Facebook. Like you can surround yourself on Facebook with people who post awesome, fun, entertaining things, and that's fine. And it will keep feeding back. So just think about, that was a really long tangent for Leap of Faith. What that whole thing was supposed to be about is that because of all the energy shifting and all of the, nobody, like there's a lot going on. The darkness and the light are fighting. Like, you know, people are being, you know, there's all kinds of stories that you can pay attention to about the darker forces wanting to keep people asleep, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, that's part of some people's game, is to like engage in those fights. Like, I guess we all are to a certain extent. Like, it's fun to battle and like, you know, come out the victor and like whatever. So like, it all depends on what you are kind of allowing to happen, and allowing at a soul level. Sorry, I keep hitting my fucking desk, making noise. And allowing at a soul level, like you are in contact with your higher self, your soul. And so like, you might not, again, it's sometimes through the subconscious, so you might not know everything, but still like it's in tandem, we're creating our reality, like whatever. So, because there's so much stuff going on and different energies and different timelines and all the things that are like, you know, dark versus light, Jedi versus Sith, whatever the fuck you want, whatever storyline you want. Part of it is a leap of faith. Like we're being asked to decide what huge crazy thing that you think is not possible. What is that? And can we bring it in? Like, yeah, you probably can, because you're an all-powerful being. You just are trained to think that you're limited. We're just waking up to the fact that we're not limited. It's just part of the fun of this game. And it's things that seem impossible are happening and can continue to happen. It's just, where do you point your perception? And part of that is the leap of faith of like, you know, basic bitch shit here, but like, do you believe in miracles? Oh God, I don't know. That felt weird to say, but like, it feels like miraculous just because we're so used to limitation that we can't imagine these awesome things happening because we've been in a game that like kept us disconnected from our superpowers and each other and all the things. But we're just coming online now and we're realizing, holy shit, all this cool shit we can do both individually and collectively. And again, if you don't feel this right now, don't sweat it, man. It's not like everyone has their own game that they're playing within the game, within the game, within the game. Like, if it's not if this isn't resonating, it's just not likely your time to get out, to want to get out of the fear-based reality. And that is not a fucking judgment at all. It is, we have spent lifetimes doing all kinds of crazy experiments and shit. Like, we wanted to be in these human meat suits throughout all of these ages, experiencing all kinds of different stuff. And again, when you're a limitless, undying, just whatever consciousness, it can feel fun to feel the fear and feel the, the hate and the anger and like want to go to war. Like, it can be, it is fun. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it can be. It is fun. And we have all enjoyed this in whatever, it sounds bad to say you enjoy the bad things, but like, we just wanted to learn about it. And so it's fine. So, don't like, wherever you are with this, you don't have to be at a certain place to be a good person or to be whatever. Just where are you right now? And are you okay with it? Cool. If you're not, there are things you can do to change it. And you'll start to see it as you like, if this does resonate, but you're kind of like, what the fuck? You just kind of start exploring like different, write to me. I will give you, podcasts, fucking books, people to follow, like whatever, if you're like totally not sure. But again, use your own discernment. Like, this stuff works for me, but like it might not work for everyone. It might not resonate with everyone. So anyway, the other two energies we got, oh my God, I've got to like stop talking here. The other two energies we've got are interesting. Alienness and hive mind. So hive mind is more like, it's not, I don't know if this card looks scary or whatever, but like, to me, it's very fascinating because it mostly talks about like, these are all individual insects or whatever, but they have a collective consciousness, which is exactly what humans have. We're just like not realizing that we're tapped into it. We all think that we're separate and that we're not, part of the same thing. Insects are like, they don't need words. Like, they can think as a hive or collective consciousness. So again, this is like more energies that we're waking up to the fact that we are a collective conscious, and that like the way we see ourselves is reflected in other people. So the more you heal yourself, the more you see the divine in other people that you wouldn't normally have thought. And if you don't see the divine in them, as in like, they're still like, if someone's still giving you grief but you've gotten to the point where you're like, I literally can see the divine in this person, but they're just being fucking shitty. That's their, they are just unhealed. So, and I don't know what it's going to take for them to wake up or whatever, but like, anyway, that's their role and their game and their soul's choice. And it's none of my business. I don't know where I was going with that. Hive mind, individuated consciousness, that gets thrown around a lot, where you are like these insects, you're like individuals, but you are like, and like humans, we're all part of the same thing. I think that kind of went off the rails. I'm going to leave that because I don't fucking know where I was going with it. But anyway, this other one, the alienness, the 27 non-humanoid. I've never pulled that one before. So let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, fucking hilarious. That's what I just said. It's when you don't feel like you're a part of anything. Durr. Did I need to read the book, or could I have just, I don't know, used common sense? Anyway, so So a lot of people are feeling alienated, and you might be as well. I fucking feel alienated a lot of the time, even though I do understand and see how we're all connected. I still feel fuck. Anyway, it's a lot better than it was before, mostly because I have the bigger picture in my head now, and so I understand. Anyway, so we could be feeling this energy a lot too. It's like the people who feel alone, like they're not part of anything and that nothing matters, and they're just off feeling disconnected from everything. We're trying to, it's kind of like a, not a battle, it's just like a push-pull of like people waking up to realize we are all connected, we can all do things together to make things better, and that we all have power to sort of build as a collective. And then the push and pull with the people who are like, motherfucker, no, we got nothing here. There's no, we're on our own. And also this one can feel, this one also reminds me of a of like a star seed or seed crystal or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. We came here to help the human consciousness become connected and healed and whole. And if you're waking up right now, to the fact that you are a starseed or whatever you want to call yourself, likely you have felt your whole life like you did not belong, like you literally came from somewhere else, or that you've always been searching for home. No matter where you move in the world or country, nothing quite feels like home, and you keep chasing, like, what the fuck, this is your home, bitches. Talking to myself here, so don't worry, don't at me. But anyway, you are from somewhere else. You came here to play this game to help humanity build and heal their, not build, but like just build a new civilization where humanity realizes they're all together, and that things can be positive and fun and joyful. We're done learning through suffering. Okay. Yeah, so that's also, we have a lot of help from the family of light, the feds, the Galactic Federation, whatever you want to call them. These words are so hard because like they get co-opted and mean different things, but family of light serves fine, even though it sounds cheesy as fuck. Anyway, yeah, this card is kind of working in tandem with this one to sort of, where do you feel disconnected from something, and see how you can maybe find the connectedness that you think doesn't exist. It exists. You just have to see where it is. You don't have to, just that's, think about it. It's optimal, whatever. Anyway, I've got some advice cards, and then I'm going to fucking shut the fuck up. First, okay, this one feels, okay, so relax the hold of darkness. So basically, first, look at this. Okay, this is kind of like what we're getting. This feels like Earth right now, and like light is just like, oh man. You might find yourself feeling more sensitive to energies, and like whatever planet transit T-squared, whatever the fuck that was, the first few days of July, I think it ended July 5th or something like that. Whatever that was, dude, I was on the couch. I could not move. I'm like, what is that? I just was feeling the pressure of the planets, which is not something I have ever been able to say before, because if I did notice that I was feeling blah, in years prior, I was probably just chalking it up to like, oh, I didn't sleep well, or like, oh, whatever. But as you pull out all these anchors of limiting beliefs that you hold, as you pull them out, you start to vibrate, feel lighter, and vibrate at a higher frequency. And then you can really just start to feel energies. At least that's how it is for me. It might be different for other people, but anyway. So this is Earth getting like pummeled for years now. I mean, it's oh man, you guys, but it's been ramping up. So this is like what we're getting right now. Just light from, light is information, just so you know. It's just, we're just getting pummeled with like information that is unlocking our memories. And it's a lot of pressure. And the amount of people waking up and remembering, as in remembering they have power, remembering they're all part of a collective, remembering that Earth is our home, we need to take care of her, remembering, ancestral trauma, as in like lineages of white supremacy and all of the shit that we've been doing for all this stuff. We're like, this is what's happening here. We're like becoming aware of the information that we have tried to bury in the shadow for millennia. And it is she said no. She said fucking no is coming up. So this is what's happening. And it can feel pretty dark, like dark night of the soul. Like, oh my God, nothing matters. I'm not connected to anything. Like, why do I give a shit? Just check out, like nothing, blah. So it can feel like that. And if you are feeling like that, I can tell you, let the card fucking tell you. Just let go of trying to feel better, of trying to make yourself do certain things, of like, just let go, feel the darkness, and know that the darkness isn't bad. It's just, it feels heavy and it kind of sucks, sometimes, but like, it's not bad. It's all for our greater good. And it's giving us more of a picture of like what the meaning of life is, which is pretty cool. So again, it's just how you look at it. So if you're feeling darkness and you're feeling heaviness, do a KK and fucking lie on your couch for a few hours. I literally had to clock out of work and just be like, I can't. I literally have to lie here because nothing is working in me. Okay. So you're going to be okay. You're just getting lots of information and your body needs to integrate it. That's what enlightened means. Enlightened means bringing in more light. Light is information. You're just getting all these context codes, light, we'll call them light codes because that's what people call them, like whatever you want, whatever vocabulary you want to use. It's just basically we're uncovering a lot of shit, and it's a lot, but it's awesome. The other advice is to get out of the mental space as best you can. And again, this card is probably talking to me because I've been up in here for like, it's not good. So when you're feeling like the anxiety or whatever, if you're trying to think too hard and logic and reason your way out of everything, that's not the game we're playing anymore. If you take all the stuff you're feeling in your head and bring it down and feel it in your heart space, that's the advice for these next few days leading into the full moon, whatever. Honestly, it's good advice whenever. So if you are watching this not, on July 7th or whatever, it's still relevant. This is just, it's not time sensitive. Okay, anyway, so the game we're playing is out of the mental space and bringing it into the heart space. And I don't really know how else to describe it other than, what do you feel? Like, it doesn't matter what you think about something. What do you feel? Because a lot of times our thoughts are trained from the old programs to think certain things, like something is good or bad or whatever. If you're presented with situations or arguments or experiences or anything that logic would tell you is good or bad or whatever, throw that out the window and feel in your body. Like, do you feel sick when you think of these experiences or arguments or whatever? Or are you kind of like, you know what? I can see the good in that. That. Why was I told that was bad? I actually, whatever. That's maybe not a great example, but as best you can, let go of old ways of thinking, of old stories. Remember, we're trying to bring in new stories. And new stories right now are going to come from the heart space because we've been up here for like millennia. This was the old age of, Atlantis. It was just like we wanted to work on the mental muscle. So we disconnected our emotional body. Now the emotional body is online, and it is a rough ride sometimes because you're not used to feeling feelings. So, as best you can, it's the idea of processing feelings in your mind versus actually feeling them. At least this is kind of like what I'm getting right now. And it only, like, I was doing an Akashic Records reading for someone back in January, and she was talking about some trauma and all the things. And she was like, but I'm fine. Like, I worked through it, like, whatever. And I could just feel, like, when she was saying that, I was like, that she's fine in her head. And she hasn't felt it here. And I don't know how to describe it. I talked to her much better about it than I'm actually saying. I was like, okay, but, like, I think you've processed it mentally. Like, yeah, you replay the scenes over and over of this trauma until you kind of become numb, but like your brain, like your body becomes numb, but your brain thinks it's processed everything because it's like, oh, it's cool. I don't feel anything anymore. We're good. Like, we did it already. We're past it. No, you feel it, and it can be unpleasant if that's, it doesn't have to be. People can choose to learn through joy even during shadow play. For me, it's not always been easy to feel the things that I know need to be healed. So, but I'm also now to a point where I can, like, revisit something bad or whatever, some trauma or whatever. I can revisit it, and I can feel, I can feel all of it. I can feel how bad it was. I can feel how strong I am now. I can feel, the power of the lesson and information that it brought me or whatever. Like, I literally can just see the whole thing. And so I'm able to, like, cry about it or feel the yickiness, and it kind of just goes through me and then like out. Whereas before, what I was trying to do was process everything mentally and tell myself I was fine, because, like, I could review in my head the scenes of bad shit and not feel anything, and thought that was processing. That was the old way of processing, and it served us well because that was the point of the game. So again, don't fucking beat yourself up. This was literally the point of life for a very fucking long time. Now the point is to bring it down into your heart space and feel it. And you might even feel tenderness, like right now. Like, if you have a lot of stuff to heal or anything to heal or whatever, trauma is stored in our body, and you might feel like soreness, especially like under your collar. But like, if you're doing EFT tapping and that kind of thing, you'll notice, like, as you're tapping like certain points in your body to reprogram it, it's like sore, and that soreness is trauma. That's part of the tapping, is to, like, release that trauma from the body. Anyway, whatever. We're continuing on. This is the last card, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up. But again, it just ties into the whole bigger picture. Life, envision life. What does it say? Visions of life beyond death. And number 44, magic number. So might be a sync, whatever. If it's not, anyway, you're a limitless fucking being who is literally just never ending. Like, you don't die. Your meat suit dies, and then you choose a new game. If you are a human soul, you likely just keep reincarnating as humans. I mean, I'm sure that, at certain points in the game, you can go off and live lifetimes in different star systems. I don't really know how that works, but right now my understanding is humans have just been coming back and living lives on Earth until they learn the lessons their soul wanted to learn, and they can move on to different life roles. If you if you're feeling alienated, like you're literally from somewhere else, you are. And you have this lifetime on Earth, and it's a very exciting game, even during the times when it's really hard to remember that it's supposed to be fun to play. Just entertain. If it resonates, just entertain the thought that you are a limitless being that doesn't actually die. It just finds a new body, a new avatar, a new, world to live on. If you feel like going on to different worlds or whatever, like however that works out in the upper Federation stuff, I don't fucking know. But anyway, it's it simultaneously frees you up to like realize that nothing matters in a way, but also that like this life so matters because it's like you chose this one point in time, this body, this like all of the things you chose were like super special to you, and you were like so happy that you get to live it out right now. I'm not saying life has to be perfect, and I'm not saying you have to like be super happy that you have a lot of trauma or whatever it is that's making life really, really shitty. I honor you for the trauma that you as a soul decided to take on and learn from, because that is part of the game. Is like we honor each other for the lessons we all choose to learn, and we help each other play out those roles, and then we can all kind of like go back into the big blue ball of light and remember that we're not actually separate. We're individuals, but we're not separate. We're one consciousness. And like we all hold notes of the song. It's all different notes, but it makes up a song. And it's just like, it's just a really cool, just something to think about. You don't have to take it if it doesn't resonate. But I hope that I have given you at least something to think about, something helpful. If not, maybe next time, or maybe you can listen again and then it help brings through then. Anyway, I hope you are having an excellent day. If you're feeling pressure, all good. We kind of all are. You're not alone. If you have a question, want to book a reading, whatever the fuck, it's kk@comelaughwith.me, or I'm Dread Pirate KK on, I almost said Roberts, on Instagram. Fuck it. All right. Lots of love, you guys.